Okay, so my name's Mary Ciascio. I got my education many years ago, a bachelor degree in art education, and then I became an educator in many different areas, and my paintings were kind of put on the back burner, raised a big family, and when I retired then I chose a location that I could start my own gallery and studio and offer classes and kind of get back into my world of art. I've realized that I really like for my paintings to tell a story, because I was doing quite a bit of abstract and realized that when I got finished I loved the colors and the depth and the shapes and the lights and darks, but then I'm like, what is this really saying? So then I started doing, like these paintings right here start out as an abstract, and then I turn them into whatever emerges out of them. So it becomes a figurative expression. You know, I think the advice is when you get really good at something, don't stay there. You know, expand yourself and look out in the world and see what's out there. I find researching artists like Frida Kahlo or just any of the basic classics too, I go back into their lives and find out what triggered for them, and it makes it very authentic, and it sends a message then. So I would say just keep growing. Don't get stuck into something that you think you're good at, because then you get good at lots of things.
Hi, I'm Megan Hines. I'm a printmaker and painter. I do copper etchings primarily with hand-cut designs, and then layer those to kind of give a little bit more of an interaction and discovery space for the viewers. I actually went to school 2 years at Parkland, and there I had amazing teachers that kind of helped me fall in love with a lot of my work that I do today. And then I transferred to Illinois State University, where I was introduced to printmaking, and then I got my BFA there with my solo exhibition at Illinois State, and now I'm out of school just trying to figure it out, traveling back and forth and creating artwork. So here we have some of my layered print pieces. They're really, really unique, where I do hand-cut designs onto my printed copper etchings and then layer them. They're definitely a fan favorite, where people haven't seen something utilized this way or work that has been inspired by tunnel books. And then I also have some paintings here. It's kind of a new process that I've been doing, looking more at landscape, and it's a more abstract. So if you aren't into some of the kind of fine line works, you can always find something that's abstract if that's your taste as well. I do a variety of sizes of work, so I have some stuff that's small and some stuff that's large scale, all kind of focusing on the collection of animals and insects and their ecosystems.
My name is Hugh Bridgeport, and what I make is primarily moonshine jugs. The kind that you probably won't find moonshine in, but hopefully it'll shine into your life in some way. See, about 9 years ago, I was making a variety of different ceramics, and I was interested in trying to start selling something. And so I started looking at what I was making and what people seemed to be interested in. I found there was far and above the moonshine jug that people were interested in. And over the years since then, 8 years or so, I started varying the jugs to keep myself interested, putting different kinds of images. What I'm doing is basically making the same jug over and over again at a wheel in a process that's fairly traditional. And then taking that jug and running it through the process of firing it and glazing it, and then making it totally unlike a traditional jug. By the way I decorate it, images I put on it, and colors I use to finish it off. And so it's the traditional process taking me into the non-traditional, more original work.
My name is Gable, and I do modern floral paintings with acrylic. I've started doing some more like ink behind mine than I did before. So I've always liked to paint, but I really got into it about a year ago. I just started, doing it as kind of a de-stress, and then it just kind of, people started wanting them, and so I just decided to start selling them. I do the background first. Usually I do like a layer that's like flat, and then with the new process that I have now, I have acrylic ink that I use, and I just kind of like throw it on the canvas, and then that kind of starts the creative process. So, and then I go in with heavy body paint and do the flowers. So I have a couple of different ideas. I have an idea with maybe doing some more graphic numbers on the bottom and kind of framing them with white. I also really like the metallics I've been using, so I'm probably going to go with like some different colors of metallics that I've seen. So,
my name is Niko Lux. I'm a local photographer. I do all kind of aspects of art, spoken word, being creative, crafts with the kids, all that type of stuff. But mainly I'm a photographer. Like, I like to do things that's like intrusive, things that make you think, or things that's like provocative a little bit maybe. So this is People of Speech Part 1. There's 3 parts. The first part here is representation of Black and brown people expressing words. So like basically like your parts of speech, your nouns, your verbs, your adjectives. So each person got to pick a word that they felt represented who they were. So part 2 is going to be Asian and Pacific Islanders, and then part 3 is anyone 60 and up. So I felt like these groups of people are not represented in art very well. I'm not saying it's not out there, but I just don't see it enough. Oh my God, like without art, I'm nothing. I'm like really nothing without art. It's so great. It's an outlet, just to kind of like get away from reality and just express yourself and just be an artist. It's great. It's great. So being creative is just who I am. This is what I am.
Hi, my name is Carolina Rodriguez. I'm from Costa Rica, but I live in Bloomington since 2012. I'm a visual artist. I love to work in prints, silkscreen. My favorite theme is a landscape. I love to draw building and city. I love Chicago and I love the city. This is a work is made with a silk screen, and these are print necklace. That's it. It's about landscape from Illinois and Chicago, Bloomington, and Urbana, Champaign. Since I live in Costa Rica, I love to work in cities. Then I exhibit in many countries, and now I'm being here. I love being here. I love here. Yeah. It's a nice expo. It's nice. I love. Yeah.
I'm Damaris Donna. My artist name is Damaris Chi. I recently graduated from the University of Illinois, so that's kind of my affiliation with the Urbana art scene. My work right now is a lot of what I call contemporary portraiture, and so I typically paint people that are either my close friends or acquaintances, because I really am interested in like the subconscious and kind of how the medium of paint can relay people's characteristics or personality. It's kind of a mix of portraits that some are more realistic, some are a little more abstract. I tend to work large scale, so a lot of them are a lot bigger. I am hopefully headed to grad school. I'm applying right now. So this body work is actually what I worked on this summer as my portfolio for grad school. So doing that, and I think moving forward from this point, I want to get a little bit more abstract with my work and possibly still do portraits, but definitely more like gesture and shape than actual people. So I would say just put yourself out there, apply to shows, do that. I think social media is a very big thing nowadays. It's really cool that you can have that platform. I typically use hashtags, and that really helps connect you with other people who maybe are doing similar works to you. So I think it's important to have like a community of artists. I think that's really important, and from there, if you're making work that you're passionate about, others will notice.